And in the Coca-Cola Championship tonight, to see last season's beaten playoff semi-finalists Crystal Palace take on a Reading side who are still desperate to finish in the top 2 places in the league. We're live from Selhurst Park on Sky Sports 1 and in high definition on HD1, channel 408. Hasn't been the best day though so far for Reading at the top. Wolves have won again. Looks like their blip is well and truly behind them, winning at Forest by a goal to nil. They go 5 clear of Birmingham, who were held 1-1 at home by Norwich. Now that means that if Reading win here this evening, they'll be 2 points behind Birmingham and still with a game in hand. We have to go into the bottom half to see Crystal Palace, but there they are at the top. They'll go back into the top half if they win themselves here tonight. Very good evening to you from Selhurst Park, and here we are in game 1001 of Steve Coppell's long managerial career, and back where it all started for him 25 years ago. And joining us tonight, a man who started his career at Crystal Palace under Steve Coppell and also played for him at Reading. It's John Solarco. Very good evening to you, John. Evening. We've seen the results there. Is this a wonderful chance now for Reading to stake a claim on the top 2?
Yeah, they haven't been firing on all cylinders, and Stevie Coppell's shown that his team selection at Doncaster in the week and the game today. He's trying to change things up, he's trying to freshen it up, but they've really got to start getting some wins on the board now, and today is a fantastic opportunity with Birmingham drawing.
Do you get a sense that maybe they got themselves back in the right frame of mind on Tuesday as well as playing okay?
It was absolutely vital. I watched them play at home against Charlton. They seem to be back to that dynamic self, you know, playing at a tempo, really putting teams under pressure, making the pitch big. You know, Glenn Little came in, obviously with Kebe and people like that. They've got to get the ball wide, get the fullbacks forward. Rossini and Armstrong are important. They've got Harper back there in there with Gunnarsson, so they're really going to try and get it wide, get crosses in, and hopefully Doyle from the right will be looking to come and power some headers in at the far post.
Few people know Steve Coppell better than yourself, John. How will he have been marshalling his troops through what have been some pretty choppy waters at times?
It's been a tough one, you know, coming back down, the psychology of it. They started so well, but it's hard to keep that going. But what he's done, he's brought Kitson back, he's brought Little back. That would have freshened the dressing room up. That's changed the dynamics of the way they play, and hopefully that's given them the final push for the run-in.
Well, it's an interesting policy, isn't it? You mentioned Dave Kitson, who didn't manage to score a goal in his whole time. He was at Stoke after that big money move, but he comes straight back in the team, and it looks like he's never been away. Yeah,
David's a quiet lad. He's a thinking man. You know, he's got a lot of quality, and he perhaps didn't fit into that fierce dressing room at Stoke there. A lot of big characters, a lot of big egos. And perhaps that didn't suit David, didn't have a good time there, but he's back where he belongs, back at home. He knows his players, he knows Reading, and he's back at home. He scored the other night, and he'll certainly be looking to get plenty more goals in the running.
Certainly a central figure here this evening as well. Now, these are the 7 games that Reading will have after tonight, so including today, they've got 5 away games, 3 at home. It all ends at home against Birmingham. Do you think it could go down to that game?
It will. It absolutely will, because I can see Birmingham keep grinding results out. That is just mouth-watering. It couldn't have been set up any better than that. They've got some great games coming up. I think they're games that are winnable. So they know, starting tonight, if they get a win tonight, then I think Reading in the driving seat. But let's get a win, but it's going to be a great run-in.
Well, let's get a word with the managers then. Neil Warnock at first, Steve Coppell with Greg Whelan.
Steve, a win today would leave you 2 points behind Birmingham with a match in hand. Is that something you and your players are focusing on now?
Well, we certainly won't be talking about it. You know, it's at this particular moment in time, our concentration has got to be on the opposition, on the quality of our own performance, and you know, where we end up at 6, 7 o'clock or whatever it is, we'll just take.
You changed your formation in midweek against Doncaster. You're going 4-5-1 again now. Is it a case of keeping a winning formula?
I suppose so, to a certain extent, but I'd like to think it's fairly flexible with Marek being very close to Kitson most of the time. So, you know, it's almost a 4-4-2, which is something obviously I prefer to play and have done over the years. I think an awful lot depends on how you're allowed to play, you know, and that's obviously down to Palace, the shape they have and the way the game just unfolds.
Neil, 8 games to go, 50 points on the board. What is this season all about for you now?
Just getting through, really. We've had horrific injuries. We've got 2 or 3 lads playing today that probably shouldn't be playing, but we're going to give it a go. We've got 2 weeks off after this game, and then we should have 3 or 4 lads back for the running. So, you know, optimistic, but it's always tough in against Reading, isn't it? But I'm sure the lads that go out can give them a good game.
You mentioned it's tough against Reading. 11 matches against Steve Coppell's Reading. You've yet to win as a manager. Yeah. Is it time to redress the balance, put a spanner in the works for the promotion bid?
I can't see it changing tonight. But you never know in football, do you? I mean, my teams have usually played well against Reading and lost. So hopefully today we'll play poorly.
Thanks, Nick.
John Salako, probably the only man here, will be happy whatever happens tonight. We'll hear more from John at half-time. Let's get a full check on the teams then with Gary Birtles and Alan Parry.
Thanks, Dave. It's been a frustrating season for Crystal Palace. Poor form since the turn of the year has seen them drop out of contention for the playoffs, but with 50 points, at least they should have no worries about relegation. Injuries haven't helped, as you heard the manager say then, especially in defence. However, Matty Lawrence returns today after missing 3 games with a hamstring problem, and Jose Fonte has recovered from the hip injury that forced him off at half-time in the midweek defeat at Barnsley. Welsh international John Oster faces the club he left last summer. Steve Coppell changed his usual 4-4-2 formation for their midweek win at Doncaster, and although he sticks with the same personnel, this lineup does give him the flexibility to change again. There's plenty of experience with the likes of Michael Dewberry and James Harper, but it's up front where Reading really pose a threat. Dave Kitson's return from Stoke has taken some of the weight off Kevin Doyle, who scored a hat-trick in the reverse fixture at the Medeski in August. No goalkeeper on the bench for Palace, normal practice for Neil Warnock's teams. Reading with plenty of attacking options in Stephen Hunt, Shane Long and Glenn Little. Well, there are a few more precarious jobs than managing a football club, and you need to be very good at it to reach 1,000 games. Steve Coppell passed that milestone earlier this week. Neil Warnock was already a member of the exclusive club, and now the 2 most experienced managers in the Championship go head-to-head. Palace in the all-white strip, becalmed in mid-table. Reading chasing promotion to the Premier League. A good atmosphere on what's been a beautiful day here in South London as the season reaches its final furlong. What kind of game are you expecting, Gary?
I think Reading have got to be quite confident going into this game. They've seen the results today, but that again brings its own pressure. They know they've got to go and get a win now. And the 2 teams these who aren't playing particularly well, both only won 4 games since the turn of the year.
Armstrong with the chip ball forward to Kebe. Flexible character, he's mainly right-footed, Kebe, the Mali international. He does start on the left as we expected.
I think Reading have got to overcome here as well. Palace's last 3 home games have been against Preston, Wolves and Birmingham. They drew with Birmingham, lost to Wolves, beat Preston. So they don't do too bad against the top teams.
Armstrong suddenly finding a way through, but he couldn't deliver the ball quite as he intended to Doyle. His ball into the centre, dealt with by Matty Lawrence. Lawrence returning to the side today is Harper. One of the longest serving players now at Reading, looking for Matajowski, and his presence forced Hill to concede the first corner of the game.
It's got any pressure from Reading, just what they'll want. After a decent away win at Doncaster last time, they'll build the confidence.
Matajowski, the Czech Republic international, will take it. Plenty of potential targets here. Dewberry moving through, and the man coming in behind him was Kitson. Doyle putting it back into the danger area again. Fonte's clearance. Kitson, here's Doyle. And that's a goal kick this time. Came back off him to his displeasure.
Sure, this is the start Palace would have wanted being the home side. At the moment, they can't get out their own half.
Surprisingly, he has a word or 2 to say, maybe to the officials as well.
Wouldn't be the same if he didn't, would it?
Soaring header there by Shefki Kichi. Clearance by Dewberry, not most impressive perhaps, giving Moses the chance to get the ball into the box, which he delivers beautifully. And a man had to react.
Oh, there's a terrific ball in. Where was the mark in here? Moses spots the ball to the far post, put across the area, but there's not enough white shirts in there. Kichi just hanging out a little bit there. Been better going in, gambling.
We do have some outstanding youngsters on the books here at Crystal Palace, and I think because of the financial situation at this club, they might have to rely on them all heavily, even more heavily, next season. It's quite possible that many of their senior players will have to move on. There's another of the youngsters, Klein, the right back, just 17.
Just blight a football club like this, doesn't it? When you want to get rid of your big earners, you're under pressure season after season. The sort of thing Neil Warnock likes or enjoys, or any manager for that matter.
There is a similarity in that respect, as everyone knows. He said it publicly. Simon Jordan looking to get out of Crystal Palace. The chairman has been here for almost 9 years now, and John Medeski, the main man at Reading, has also said that he will sell his club to the right bidder.
Who are those bidders in current climb zone?
Yeah, that is the problem. I think everyone in the game a little bit fearful of the consequences, perhaps looking forward to next season. Another important reason, of course, why Reading want to be in the top division with all the riches that brings. They had a taste of it just a couple of years ago, and they liked what they saw. Here's Stokes, the Republic of Ireland international, on loan from Sunderland. Lester's cross easily dealt with. Back in by Derry. A bit of confusion there momentarily between BK and Hanneman.
Nice to see a goalkeeper come out and take command of the situation, though. Saw it well, spotted it early.
Just come back into the side, the American international Hanneman. Federici had been playing, and Steve Coppell said that he felt terrible having to bring Hanneman in. No disrespect to him, but he needs his experience. He said Federici had done nothing wrong.
The one thing going for Reading as well at the moment is their away form. Unbeaten in the last 4 away. 2 wins, 2 draws. Now that is promotion form if you get your home form right.
It's a lovely ball. Kevin. Too quick for his own good.
The legs went before the ball there, didn't they?
Klein. Armstrong wins it back for Reading. Gary, the vastly experienced skipper of Crystal Palace. Here's Oster. Cleared by Dubry, another of the most experienced men out there. A lot of Premier League games behind him, of course. Chelsea and Leeds.
When it is getting a bit nervy at the end of the season, they're the sort of people you want in your team. And they've got that, again, that vital spine down the middle. Harper in midfield now. I think the masterstroke is bringing Kitson back. I think that could really make a big difference to them going towards the end of the season.
Here's the pacey and direct Moses again. He's already delivered one very good cross. Can he do so again? Yes, he can. Dubry had to head it away. He's going to be a real threat, you fancy, to Reading's back 4.
Early pressure, decent balls into the box for Crystal Palace. Kucci, man in form at the moment, scored in his last 3 games. We're looking to add to that.
Matejovski committing the foul. Crystal Palace lost 3-1 at Barnsley on Tuesday, and their form has been poor, as you see, since the turn of the year. 9 defeats in their last 13 league games and only 3 wins. Reading, well, Tuesday at Doncaster was only their 2nd victory in the last 9 games. Their form too has dipped a little since their 9-match unbeaten run ended in January. Fonte with a long ball. The seniors header away. Harper beaten to it by Derry. That could be dangerous. It almost fell perfectly for Shefki Kucci.
Just drifted onto the shoulder, didn't he? BK there.
Lawrence slightly misjudging that. I think he's one of the players that Neil Warnock was referring to as having taken a risk on in picking him today. He's not fully fit by any means, but they've got a lot of problems with injuries at the back.
You don't want to be playing against Doyle and Kitson if you're not 100%, do you? But, like he said, 2 weeks off, international break coming up, get a few bodies back.
Matejovski again with the corner. Dubry and BK, the 2 central defenders, both forward. Good strong header away, though. And Moses, I'm sure, will turn defence into attack here, and he does. And Armstrong in a real battle here. He's taken a risk. The whistle has gone, and interestingly, the decision has gone in Reading's favour. I believe that could have gone the other way very easily.
I quite agree with you, and he's not happy with that. And the referee was a long way behind that. They left themselves very exposed here. Reading, there, he's pulling him back, and for me, that's the other way. What would have happened if he'd have gone down? One-on-one. 6 and 2 threes. It's a very difficult one to get, that is.
Well, that's real controversy, because it could have easily been a red card. It could have easily been a goal. Instead, it's a free kick to the opposition.
Looked like a good, honest tussle there to start with, didn't it?
Well, Mr. Warnock normally has a word or two to say about match officials. I think maybe he will have cause to do so again already. PK.
Stevie Coppell will be very happy with the way his defence were exposed there, one-on-one.
Armstrong, a man well known to Neil Warnock. He played under him at both Bury and Sheffield United, the left back. Costa, good skill, but not a good ball. Harper, away by Fonte. Here's Stokes, clever, hooked first-time pass, and well defended by DK. Here's a corner.
Kucic in a really good area there. Drag BK wide.
First opportunity for Fonte to come forward. He's got a power in the air, the Portuguese player. Kucic, another threat, of course. Doyle gets it away. And now there's a break on here for Reading. Keme is making ground ahead of Doyle, and he's looked to pick him out here. The flag had gone up for offside.
May have gone up for offside, but that was excellent defending. Both back fours being exposed a little bit early in this first half. That was excellent defending, even though it did go up. The flag for offside. Still had to defend it. He didn't know at the time. Blind.
Kucic's header on. And Armstrong clears. Trying there to win it back for Crystal Palace. Here's Austin again. Derry. Fonte. Hanneman decided to stay. And in the end, that proved to be the right decision.
Wisely let his defenders deal with that sort of delivery. Well, here's the talking point. And I think he's pulling him back. I definitely think it's the other way there. There's the referee, what, 15, 20 yards behind. Not so sure he's made the right decision with that one.
The senior, who's quick himself and will need to be up against Victor Moses. Derry, it's good ball, the dance. Moses. And they're already doubling up on him, Reading. Work to do to keep that in. Armstrong, the man who was a very relieved player when that earlier decision went in his favour. Crystal Palace had to overcome a poor start to the season, winning just one of their first 8 league games. They were actually in the bottom 3 in September. They have recovered well, but not well enough now to make any impression on the playoff places. And on 50 points, they shouldn't be in any kind of trouble. Reading have been in the top 3 for the past 4 months. They're on 67 points, 5 away from Birmingham, who at the moment have played 2 games more than that. So it's warming up nicely for a terrific finish to the Championship campaign. Makayovski. That's a clever ball for Coppell. He's got Harper up with him and slipped at the crucial moment.
Applying the credit again, he got back well, although he gives it away there.
Here he is again, and Makayovski again. Just couldn't sit down for the shot. It might for Gunnarsson though. And again. He did well to get the cross in. Been a very good start to this game.
Did excellently, didn't he? Gunnarsson right to the byline.
Over 1,000 Reading fans have made the pretty tortuous journey today along the M4 and south of the River Thames, and they're in good voice, seeing their team making a bright start here. Anderson waiting for that to be played back to him on the edge of the box. However, Kay had other ideas, and the shot took a deflection. I think he's apologising to Gunnarsson that he didn't spot him.
I think he should have been played back. Got a lot of time, a lot of space here. Just left. He's allowed to bring it under control. Could have laid it back. Goes for glory. It's his team a corner, though.
Cameroon international Andre Biquet, one of those who played in Reading's Premier League season. Makayovski drives it this time.
There's 2 corners on the trot that haven't beat the first man.
And Gunnarsson's been beaten to it. And they've got a man over on the right-hand side here. Moses, the player in possession. But both Oster and Kuchi well placed in the box. Well, good defending that is.
Some excellent defending so far from 2 right backs. Senior and Klein.
Seems to have picked up a bit of an injury, however, Rosinia. As Oster angles one in, easy for Hanneman.
The worrying thing for Reading is that Crystal Palace are committing so many men forward every time they break forward.
Kitson wins up against Lawrence. Kuchi. Oster. Offside. Stokes.
They just drifted to an offside position, didn't he? He doesn't look too clever, does he? Too clever at all.
They have got Glenn Little back in the side. He was injured and missed the midweek match. Back in the squad, I should say. He's on the bench. So he would be a natural replacement. They've also got Stephen Hunt, of course.
Yeah. They've got Shane Long, Cisse, all goal scorers.
It looks as though they might well have to make an early change here, Reading. Hunt is the man, about to get the vote. He'd played in every single league game this season, up to that midweek match, when he was left out to reflect the fact that Steve Coppell changed the system. Came on as a sub then. Lawrence clears. Kuchi started this game well, as has this young man, Moses. Well, the referee might have a word about that.
Doesn't seem concerned, does he?
I think his attention was drawn to the imminent substitution. He is having a quiet word in Moses' ear. So Stephen Hunt gets an unexpectedly early opportunity. And Kebe, the injured player, we understand it's a dead leg for the Mali international, who they signed from the French league about a year ago. And Hunt, a former Palace man, began his career here, although he only made a handful of appearances in the first team. On in his place.
Well, he can turn again, can't he, Hunt? Great when you've got that sort of quality on the bench at this stage of the season.
Hill lining up the free kick. Fonte, a possible target. Cucci comes marauding in as well to win the header. It's a corner.
Tell you what, you want to watch Cucci, the way he hangs in the air when he attacks it. Absolute different class. It's aimed towards him. There's, he starts his run now. Watch how he gets up there. Just hangs in the air. Times it to perfection.
Moses back in. He's claimed for a handball there, actually, but it's come to nothing anyway as Harper clears and should get his first touch now. Matajowski up with him. He did well to win that back, Hunt. And win a free kick.
Well, he is non-stop, isn't he? He loses it, he'll try and win it your back straight away. Loses it here. Maybe gets a bit lucky. Just caught the shorts there. But checks inside, gets the foul. Just the player you want in the squad. Now he'll give everything he's got.
So a very useful dead ball expert, Hunt.
Until then.
Always happens.
Absolute certainty, wouldn't it? Give him the benefit of the doubt. He's only just come on.
Cucci. Oster.
He was expecting Moses to be wider. Hugging the touchline there. Maybe got a point.
Away by Hill. Harper dived in a bit there. He might regret that. And Dubry's mistake. Stokes. Well saved. That's really good goalkeeping.
It is, but I think he gave him a chance there. I think he could have taken a moment earlier. Dubry, his experience didn't help him here. Doesn't clear it there. I thought he should have took it there early. Takes it a little bit wider, gives Hanneman the chance to close it down.
And Hanneman's again.
He'll always come and do that, won't he? Confident, good handling. I feel he could have taken a little bit earlier. Just that one more touch, allowed the keeper to make a block.
Hill up well, and I think he was fouled as well by Kitson. He was. Reading's away form recently has been admirable. They've only lost one of their last 11 games on the road, and just 5 defeats all season away from home for Steve Coppell's team. I'm sure he doesn't regard this as an away game. He knows this place so well. He's had 4 different spells as manager of Crystal Palace. Dubry's clearance. Fonte wins it back. And then Gunnarsson in strongly. Doyle escapes the attentions of Dance. Certainly got enough men forward here, Reading. It doesn't matter if you don't take the ball with you. Balls with the challenge. What a bright opening quarter, Gary.
It is, without doubt. Surprised it's goalless. There's been some good attacking play from both sides. Decent balls in the box. Good defending from the full-backs.
A good hold-up play there from Kitson. Dubry back in. And the foul by Hill. Spotted by the linesman, who couldn't have been much closer on Doyle.
Felt he was nudged. There's the assistant. Yeah, he's got it spot on. Never went for the ball, never had his eye on the ball, Hill.
It's got on with the free kick, and as a result of that, they've got another set piece, a corner this time.
Oh, Moses felt it had gone out. Saying to the referee, that was out. The referee saying, no, it wasn't.
I'm taking the corners now. And that is a goal kick.
There's the man who may have put his team 1-0 up. Good for Hanneman's save. Decent ball by Cucci, puts Dubry under pressure. Take it there. Doesn't, goes a little bit wider. Just creates a better angle for Hanneman to come out and block it there. Makes himself big. It's a foot on it. That is an acute angle in the end.
Lawrence in strongly. And again. That could turn out to be a good ball. Stokes following the flight. Gans. Moses. He picks out Derry. On Hunt, judged to have been a foul. Here's Doyle. Motoring impressively here. What a run. Kitson in the middle. Cleared as far as Hunt. Matejowski. Another corner for Reading.
Could have laid Doyle in there. Just look up there. Just laid it back to him. Acres of space.
Having a word with the Palace captain Sean Derry. Impressive corner count early on here for Steve Coppell's team. Kitson goes for that near post.
I'd just like to see one of these corners just be put in the box so they can attack it. Everyone's gone near post and not really beaten anybody. It's all right for strikers going to get right across and get a flick, but not been able to so far. Mix it up a bit.
Well, not quite Rory Gillette, but still an impressive throw from Clint Hill. Harper. Hunt. That looked like a foul, I must say. That definitely was.
Well, that is retribution, isn't it? He feels frustrated since he's come on. Feels he should have had a couple of free kicks gone his way that haven't. He's that sort of character. And he was quick to run across there, Mr. Durso. It's just the retaliation that's got that yellow card. Harper as captain coming to have a word, as he's a right to do. I'm sure Harper's saying, well, I think there was a foul on my man before the one you gave. Hunt just skips inside, and you have to say there was contact there. Look at that, that's a foul. And I'm not surprised he just had a little dig back, and for me that's not a yellow card. It is retaliation, but what he endured there and didn't get, you can understand his reaction.
Speroni looking for Cucci at every opportunity with those clearances. Harper gets it away to Matejowski. Doyle switched over to the left now. Kitson down the centre. Not a bad ball, and Kitson got there and was certainly, shall we say, knocked to the ground.
Well, on first look, I thought that was a penalty. I must admit, you saw Kitson come in, just get across the defender. Doyle does ever so well, gets in there, gets the first touch, and he's convinced. There he comes across, there's the touch, and for me, he's caught him. Referee seemed to have a good shot of that, but for me, it's a penalty.
Well, we've had two major talking points in the opening, 28 minutes here. And I have to say, in all honesty, I'm not sure the referee got either one of them right.
still shaking his head. I'm not surprised. That's what strikers are paid to do. Get across the marker, get that first touch, and that's what he did. His manager will be delighted with that, but he didn't get his just rewards for it.
And this is getting tetchy.
It is. He's got to start getting the hole on this, the referee now.
Well, if Crystal Palace are, as I described them, becalmed in mid-table, you'd never guess from the way they've approached this game so far. It's been very competitive.
Yeah, they're playing with a freedom, aren't they, Palace? They are committing men forward when they get the opportunity. Pulling out of any challenges, nor should they. Big decisions. Been the right ones for me so far.
There's Doyle. This time Lawrence prevents the corner. They always do look a threat. Reading, they've scored 65 goals. Only Wolves have scored more than them in the Championship. And 4 of those, of course, came against Palace when the teams met at the Medeski earlier in the season. Here's Harper. Oh, he took a risk. Shevchikuchi has got Stokes up with him. He's calling for the ball now, but he didn't want it there.
Difficult one to pick out, wasn't it? The only man in the box was Stokes. Midfield couldn't get there.
Gets header away. There's Oster. Derry.
It's a decent little ball from Chil Derry, that. Well, he hasn't given this. Well, Doyle does. Puts it in there near post, gets across his man, and he's caught. And there, Mr. Durso's position is a good position. There's the touch, gets across, catches in, would have kept the ball in, would have been a half chance. Pen.
Matejowski, meanwhile. And Dan's his foul.
I'll tell you what, he's going to need a new P in that whistle by half-time, isn't he? Non-stop at the moment. Foul after foul.
Kuchi has been the man that they're trying to pick out at every opportunity with these free kicks, long clearances. And there's another one in his direction. This time, Dubry climbed higher. Kitson held off Lawrence. Doyle. The senior overlapping outside him. He comes infield instead to Matejowski. Along the ground for Harper.
Does well. Decent burst from Harper. No disrespect to him, but I think I preferred Hunt to be in that position, or Doyle.
Gunnarsson, the Icelandic international. Matejowski lifts it forward and away by Fonte. Dance. Eventually, it goes out for a... well, the linesman gave it to Crystal Palace.
And he got it right, the linesman. The referee got that one wrong.
Another free kick, now by Fonte. Armstrong along the ground for Hunt. Did well to get the cross in, didn't he? But Sparoni with a safe pair of hands.
Excellently. First time Kitson got across, got fouled, didn't get a pen, didn't quite get to the near post there to help his teammate out.
Matejowski. Armstrong. There's a double bill of Premier League action for you on Sky Sports 1 and high definition tomorrow, starting at 1. Wigan against Hull, followed by Liverpool against Aston Villa. The build-up starts at 3:30. And in view of today's results, what a vitally important game that has become. Stokes making a run down the centre. He's got that. And then laid it off sloppily, really. Gunnarsson. Hunt wants to get at the youngster Klein. Armstrong in support. And slipped. Allowing Klein to make the challenge. Gunnarsson. Doyle. And Derry to the rescue for Palace.
He does that so often, doesn't he? Leans up, sits in front of the back four. Gunnarsson does a similar job for Reading.
Armstrong goes long into the box. The layoff not quite neat enough to pick out Matejowski, but here's Gunnarsson. Harper. Hunt. It's lovely one-touch football. And even got a lucky deflection in the middle of that. Armstrong to Hunt again. Cleared by Klein. Harper. Looking for Doyle in behind Hill.
Tell you what, it's been non-stop, hasn't it, from both teams? Nothing missing, a goal at the moment.
He might regret that because he's a bit of a tough guy, Clint Hill. Let me rephrase that. He is a very tough guy, Clint Hill. Doyle again. Going, and he duly won it impressively as well. Here's Stokes. Moses. I don't think Kucha's lost a single aerial battle so far.
You can see what the manager's told him. Put that ball up to him, then support him.
And caught offside.
Yeah, you've got to get that spot on, haven't you? Get that line right at the back. If you don't, people like Doyle, Hunt, Kitson get in there and exploit it.
Senior's clearance has only gone as far as Dan's. Now Moses.
Both right backs have had a lot to do in this first half. Klein, Rossini, I think they've both done it very well.
Just 18, Victor Moses, and he made his debut here when he was just 16. It's a very good throw as well. And back in by Derry, deflected behind for a corner.
Yeah, that's a decent strike by Derry as well. Lucky Dubrew is in the way.
Short this time. Oh, and Hunt made the mistake. Cucci really pouncing on it. Well, the crowd ordered him to shoot, and he duly obliged there. Very good effort by young Klein.
Well, he burst forward, latched onto it. When it comes out, his first touch is good. There, steadies himself, goes through a lot of bodies. It's a decent stop by Hanneman. Drifted wide, but he's not to know that.
Senior will get a ticking off at least here from referee Andy D'Urso. Punching challenge on Victor Moses, but it's going to be more than a telling off.
Senior saying first challenge of any malice.
Hill delivers it high. Cucci makes another of those trademark runs.
So difficult to stop Cucci in full flight. He's going to attack it. You've got to be a little bit cuter to stop him. They're getting a man more or less standing on his toes, one behind, so he can't do that.
Hunt keeping it in play. They still have the basis of the squad that finished 5th in the Championship last season. They qualified for the playoffs, of course, where they lost against Bristol City in the semi-finals. But they have lost some key players, the likes of Ben Watson, since then. Here's Kitson. Onto with time to clear. Gans. Cucci. Away by Dewberry. And as far as Hill. Now Moses. Senior on a yellow card now. It's going to be even more difficult for him to stop Moses. Great ball into the near post. Gans shot disappointing.
It's a decent half chance, isn't it? Again, the acceleration from Moses leaves Vecina in his wake. That's what they need to do, get the ball out to him, to allow him to do this. Look at the acceleration. Not defended particularly well, does nothing with it, leaning back. It's the pressure, puts him off a little bit, but it wasn't a confident strike.
Another player who has played in the Premier League, Neil Dans, for Blackburn and Birmingham. Kitson can't believe it. The referee's calling him over, suggesting he could even get a yellow card here.
He's saying, come for the ball, entitled to. For what he's saying. What was it for?
Whatever it was, it's a final warning.
There's concentration. Just nudges him, doesn't he? That's all it was, a little nudge. It wasn't deliberate, just bumped into him. His concentration on the ball.
Cucci's there again. Ostap. Away by Dewberry. And it's Cucci who fires it back over.
Audacious, wasn't it? Sometimes when it comes in the box, I think he tries to overdo it with the chest control. Sometimes just maybe flick it on. You get the chest control, it gives the opponent time to close you down. There. It's a decent flick, and he's just going to have a go, isn't he? He's confident. 3 in the last 3. Why not?
And leading scorer here this season on 9 goals. Kitson up well. Almost broke for Doyle.
Again, Klein, though, isn't it? Smashing first half.
Stokes. Ostap. Useful ball to pick out Moses. Cucci. Oh, his first touch let him down.
I think his first shot should have been first touch should have been a shot. Moses did exceptionally well. Put it back in there. He just swung a leg there.
Ostap. Stokes. Ooh, a very deliberate effort.
Unusual effort. Nearly caught Reading napping.
Huge kick from Hanneman. Stokes used his body then to wrestle away from Armstrong. Cucci's up in support, far post. And PK seemed initially to have made a mistake then, but fair play to him, he got it away.
It's too late, the ball from Stokes. Cucci had got beyond his man at the far post. Just needed putting across the face of the goal.
Is Kitson. Gunnarsson. Hunt. Floored by Hill. Hard for him.
Not surprised. Oh, Sean Derry's pointing out. Hunt tries the dummy here as he's entitled to. There is contact. Decent bit of play from Hunt.
Sure, he'll hate me for pointing this out, Clint Hill, but he's been sent off no fewer than 10 times in his career.
I just hope he's not Sky Plus in it to hear those comments from you.
I'll blame you. Goodison. Dewberry. To Kitson.
Derry again, that protective force just in front of the back four.
And then enough pressure from Stokes to force Armstrong's hurried clearance. And on the way again. Cucci, great ball in. And it's Dans has gone down injured in the box.
Fair play to Hanneman straight away. He said, get the ball out. He was brave going in there. Decent ball in from Cucci.
Seems to be in quite a bad way.
Yeah, Harper seems concerned, doesn't he?
Any blow to the head, potentially serious, of course.
This is why it's a decent ball, put in a good area. He tacks it, he's brave. No foul there, just a collision. Both going honestly for the ball. In comes Rossignol. And there just heads the back of his shoulder, doesn't he?
He's already had a long spell out injured this season, Neil Dans. And he'll be concerned. This close to the half-time whistle, of course. And I assume that they won't consider a change yet. And happily, the immediate problem seems to have cleared. He's smiling about it anyway.
I think he's saying to Cucci, thanks for that ball. Kind of you.
Might be funny for you, mate.
You're the one who caused it with your delivery.
Well, that's good to see, after the initial concern shown by players from both sides. Genuine drop ball, is it? No. Oster's been advised to return it. Lively first half at Selhurst Park with two major talking points, both surrounding the decisions of referee Andy D'Urso. Early on, Oster got away, seemed to be brought down by Armstrong. The referee actually had the free kick in the opposite direction, and then Kitson was absolutely convinced that he was fouled for what would have been a penalty, and again the referee disappointed and said play on. John Solarco and Dave Jones will be discussing all the first half incidents when we return.
Saturday Night Football.
More live football coming your way this evening from Spain. Villarreal Athletic Bilbao, 7 o'clock Sky Sports 2, followed by Sevilla Valladolid. That's at 9 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Football first, and what a game of the day from Craven Cottage. Fulham Manchester United, 8:25. Sky Sports 1, do not miss that. And if you do, you can see it with a supercut of highlights in Match Choice from 10:15. Take your pick from Tottenham, Chelsea, Blackburn, West Ham, Stoke, Middlesbrough, West Brom, Bolton, Portsmouth, Everton, or indeed that Fulham, Manchester United game. Here in the Coca-Cola Championship, Reading in third place, trying to close the gap on Birmingham in second, being held here so far by Crystal Palace, watched by John Solaka, who played for both these teams, you'll remember. Who's on top, John?
Well, Palace have been brilliant. They've been on top, they've been on the front foot, they've been aggressive, they've really taken the game to Reading. I think Reading have been sloppy defensively, and Palace have capitalised on that. How we haven't had a goal in this game, I don't know. But I think Reading have played into Palace's hands by not going 4-4-2. I think Kitson's been isolated on his own. I don't really think they've got the width. They lost Kebe early on, but certainly Palace have had the better chances.
Big talking points, though, surrounding the referee.
Yeah.
First of all, John Oster for Palace coming down this end. He gets a decision given against him.
I mean, Victor Mose just swivels and plays that down the line. Oster's onto it. He gets ahead of Armstrong. Armstrong's got hold of him, but there's no way Andy D'Urso can see this. And Oster's struggling, but it's a clear foul. And that
foul
should
for
go.
Whom?
It's a foul against Oster, because he definitely gets across him. Look, he gets across Armstrong now. The only thing I think D'Urso can give is that initial he gets his arm across him, but I don't think that was enough to give that. And in fact, if Oster goes down, that's a clear through goal scoring opportunity, and he's got to go. So Reading get away with it there.
Big decision then, down the other end.
Yep.
A big decision, I guess you could say, goes in Palace's favour.
Well, I think it evens itself up here. This is Kevin Doyle at his best. He just needs half a yard. He puts it in across it. Now you can see Jose Fonte doesn't know Kitson's on his shoulder. He's just looking at the ball. Now Kitson does brilliantly with his long legs, gets in front of him. It's a clear penalty.
Is there any contact for you on the ball from Fonte?
No,
Does he get the ball?
No, and I don't think if he gets it, it's minute, the contact. And he's got a perfect view there. I can't see how he's not giving that pen.
Now, this is interesting as well, because the same incident, look at this, back post, Stephen Hunt, we've got circled with Clint Hill.
Well, the pictures speak for itself. No intention of playing the ball. He clashes into him. He knocks him down to the ground. There's two incidents there that could have been given by the referee and the assistant. Both missed, so the game's evened up.
So it could have been two penalties. It's been quite a ding-dong little tussle, hasn't it, between Stephen Hunt and Clint Hill since Hunt came on?
Yeah, both aggressive players. Clint Hill is very aggressive. Say, Sean Derry, Clint Hill, Matt Lawrence and Jose Fonte have really, the senior players in the Palace side, have gone out. You know, they want to win this game. They're aggressive. Look at that. I mean, feel sorry for Stevie Hunt there. There's two incidents that Andy D'Urso should have got hold of. He should have maybe had a word with Clint Hill. Hunt gets up and he reacts. He knocks someone over and he gets the booking. But look at this. Twice he's piled into him. I feel sorry for Hunty. He's a feisty little player. But, you know, the game's is really nicely poised.
Could be an explosive 45 on that evidence. We need a goal, and Reading have scored their last 15 games away to Crystal Palace, a run that stretches back to 1953. We're in good hands then.
Saturday Night Football.
England's cricket is in a World Cup final this evening. The women, that is. England-New Zealand, 11 o'clock. Sky Sports 2 goes through the night. There's also tonight a live semi-final. Andy Murray up against Roger Federer. That's the Masters from Indian Wells, 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 3. It's been lively the first 45 here at Selhurst Park. No goals, but plenty of talking points. Maybe Reading got off lightly with that one. And they've been troubled as well once or twice. Marcus Hanneman called into action there. But big decision going Crystal Palace's favour towards the end of that half as well. John Solako has already told us that should have been a penalty. Well, maybe two penalties with Stephen Hunt behind him as well. How can Reading improve here?
Well, I think Stevie Coppell's got to go 4-4-2. I think Doyle's isolated on the right. He tried to go down the left. I think he should go up and play alongside Kitson. I would move Matejowski. I'd bring Glenn Little on. He's excellent. He's an intelligent player, can carry the ball up the pitch. I'd expect maybe Reading to come out and we'll look at it for 5-10 minutes. If they don't get a goal, then he maybe change it. You've got Khalifa Cissé who can maybe come in midfield and change it around. But certainly, I think Reading have got to take the game by the scruff of the neck, play 10-20 yards further up the field and definitely go 4-4-2. You
know the dressing room, who'll have been doing the talking in there? Who'll have been stressing the urgency of a win?
Well, I think certainly the big is BK, Stevie Hunt, and certainly Kitson. He does a lot of talking. He's a very intelligent player, but they'll be fired up, but they'll know that wasn't good enough. There was a lot of sloppy play at the back where they had a touch, gave away possession to Palace, and they try to capitalise on that. they've got to really put pressure, sustained pressure on this Palace side.
Well, Birmingham have been held today by Norwich. Wolves have won. Reading are playing catch-up. Your commentators the second half. Let's get back to them. Gary Birtles and Alan Parry.
Thanks very much, Dave. 0-0 the score. 1-1 in terms of the big refereeing decisions in what's been a very competitive game with 3 yellow cards so far and the distinct possibility of more in the second half. Stevie Coppell and Reading looking for the win, which would take them to within 2 points of Birmingham City with a game in hand. Wolves, of course, the leaders. Birmingham in second place. Reading will get Palace will get the second half underway against a Reading team that reached the top level for the first time in the club's history after winning this division 3 years ago now with a record 106 points, but they're finding it much harder this time around. They only lost 2 games in that season. They've already lost 9. There's Klein, an excellent first half for Palace. 17-year-old. It's a good ball as well to pick out Kuchi, and a clever back healer. Derry on to Moses. And Hanneman got lucky there.
Well, that's why it's in there. Experience. Didn't commit too early. Stood his ground. Decent strike.
Klein. Oster. Swung in by Fonte. And Dans loses out this time to Doyle. Rossignol. One of those players cautioned in the first half. Turned on by Moses. Kuchi. It's been a real handful for Reading's back 4. Oster picking out Stokes. Moses. Gary. Positive start to the second half by the home team here. Dance. Hill's there to win it back. Now Moses. Oh, clever. Did well to win it back for Reading.
Ipswich started. Reading rather started the first half very similar to this. It's an excellent start by Crystal Palace, taking the game to Reading. Got to get the ball out to Moses more.
Cleared by Harper. Lawrence has done well despite that injury. Stage in the first half as though he was struggling. Here's Oster looking for Klein to make the run in behind Hunt, who stumbled and concedes the corner.
Didn't he track back well though? Saw the danger, prepared to get back and help out. Costa might have had an opportunity to get a shot away there, but chose to play it.
Problem here for Gunnarsson.
Hanneman called into action very early in this second half. Kuchi again does well. Lovely back heel. Moses steadies himself there, gets it on target, stays big. Hanneman just gets a little deflection.
Well, he's a real character. The USA international has made almost 300 appearances now for Reading since he moved from Fulham some 7 years ago. Big voice in the dressing room, big voice on the field. And Gunnarsson can't take any part in the corner. Won't be able to take any part in the rest of the game, judging by that signal. As Clint Hill goes for it on the near post.
How many times have we seen corners just cut off at the near post? Put one in the box and make the defenders defend. Try and be too precise at times.
PK. Too far for Kitson. Conte should deal with that. Terrific header by BK. And the whistle had gone before the ball fell to Hunt. Now Reading are going to have to make their second enforced substitution of the day due to injury. Khalifa Cisse, the Mali international, coming on to replace the Icelandic player Njar Gunnarsson.
Yeah, powerful player. Now he'll join in and just get his fair share of goals.
Big strong presence in there, and gets his first touch straight away. Matejovski's layoff, clever. Only Kitson up top at the moment. So Armstrong had to check back. Cisse. Armstrong again. Now he finds Kitson. BK. What on earth he was thinking of then?
He was aiming for Kitson. Kitson's arm went up. BK apologises for that. Shake of the head.
By Dubry. Kitson will keep chasing here. So he had to take great care, Fonte. Most impressive kick clear by Speroni.
I saw that ball played down the middle. And Kitson chasing. It would be perfect for Doyle to latch onto with his pace. I agree with John. Half-time saying a little bit wide. He played a little bit closer to Kitson. Reading might get something out of this.
I think Steve Coppell is pretty much a 4-4-2 man normally. He only changed, I think, in midweek to reflect the way he thought the opposition would be playing, and that was probably in his mind today. And of course they did win up at Doncaster. Not many managers like to change a winning team.
He's flexible. He's got the players who can change if need be.
His hand has been forced somewhat by those two injuries now, so he's only got one substitution he can make.
Offensive.
Away by Fonte. Harper battling in midfield with Rossignol and Doyle here. Down the line by Hill, one for Cucci to chase, and he's a willing chaser. Dubry did really well. Kitson.
He's having to do really well, isn't he, Dubry? BK. Cucci is causing him all sorts of problems with his presence.
What a clever ball by Matejovski. Harper. Kitson edge of the box. Good turn. Look at his teammate on the far post, but they have got a corner out of that.
Intelligent play there by Kitson. Looked a little bit shorter. Good first touch. Good awareness. Harper spots him. Decent ball in. Decent first touch. Checks. Tries to put it to the far post. There's the deflection.
But the additional height and power of Cisse was a potential target now. Reading making his run from the edge of the box there, just in the D. He tried to be a bit too clever then. Oh, he's got away with it though. Hill's clearance.
That's what he's capable of, isn't he? Stephen Hunt tricks his way through.
Kitson again.
What he's capable of. We saw a big example of it here. Short corner played, 2-on-1. Doesn't get anything there, but he's prepared to go again. Gets the nutmegs. Strong enough to go again. Can't touch him there. Gets the ball in the danger area, decently defended.
Great header on by Cucci. How often have I said that today?
Many occasions.
PK still feeling the effects of that challenge.
This is the reason. There's Cucci winning the header. Bounces up a foot high, tries to clear it. BK gets caught. Both legs were high though, weren't they?
Moses. Gary. Charged down by Cisse. And a clever ball for Kitson.
Tate as well there, doesn't he? Comes across. He's very close to Kitson. I can't remember Speroni having a save of any note to make at all.
I think you're right.
Troubled him at all.
It was a difficult angle, wasn't it, for Doyle?
Again, it's too precise for me. Yes, he got the flick, but the angle he'd got to get it in there was just so difficult with the ball coming in at that pace. Every time they've gone for this near post one. And there, Speroni got the near post covered. Just put it over, let people attack it. Your centre halves are coming up.
I mentioned Reading's one-season tilt at the Premier League. Crystal Palace, of course, one of those yo-yo clubs. They've had 4 different spells in the Premier League, but never lasted more than 1 season in there. Kitson did well, but that is offside. Hunt.
Kitson did well. Hunt, for me, didn't do well. He'd got to stay onside there. Kitson battles really well here. Look, he doesn't need to go that early. He's got all that space. It's very, very tight. And he just looks like he's off there, but didn't need to be.
He was complaining, I think, to the referee, but it was his mistake. Cucci wins it again.
Still not back, put the man in front of Cucci, are they? Brings it down on his chest quite comfortably again.
Lawrence pumps it back in. BK took his time with the clearance. Hunt. Dans. And now Reading get the throw. Well, you wouldn't particularly think it was a team not really going anywhere at the moment in the championship table. The fans have been right behind them tonight.
I think sometimes you're thankful for small mercies, aren't you? That you're not engaged in a relegation battle.
Also grateful to see them at Selhurst Park, because they've just had a horrendous spell when they had 3 away games in less than a week, and both the manager and the captain have complained about that in their programme notes today. They had to travel 1,300 miles in the space of 6 days.
Who organises these sorts of things, these fixtures? Absolutely ridiculous.
Should we just blame the computers?
I think we ought to. I think we ought to. But it's wrong.
Palace still on the front foot here. There's Matejowski for Reading, though. Good interception. A lovely little flick there. Stumps comes near post, and Hanneman read the danger well.
Well, just when you want Cucci in there, he was involved in the build-up to that. That would have been the prime ball for him to attack.
Well on Matty Lawrence. Well, they shared 6 goals back in August, just short of the hour mark. Not one as yet here. guess they shared 6 goals. I want to point out that it was a 4-2 win to Reading. He was very good at maths. Lawrence. Harper beaten to it.
You'd be no good with that computer then, would you?
Couldn't switch it on. Matejowski. Well, you can see what he was trying, and in the end the ball does reach Hunt via Kitson. Oh, well played, Clyde. 17, he's going to be a player, isn't he?
Definitely. I saw his debut and he just looked like he'd been playing for a couple of seasons.
He's kept going forward here. Derry. Stokes is offside. When you make the first team anywhere, at any level, at the age of 16, you have to be some player.
Just full of confidence, isn't he? No fear out there. Oh, you're that age. You never have you?
Can't remember.
That maths thing again, isn't it?
Matejowski. They've got half an hour to do something about this. For much of the game, it's been Crystal Palace who've looked the more likely to score.
Oh, again, that man in your picture still with nothing to do, has he, Speroni? Sure, he would have expected it. Again, it's about pressure, isn't it? Yeah, fine. Reading have seen that Wolves have won and Birmingham dropped a couple of points. But then they know they've got to come here and they've got to try and win a game just to keep on Birmingham's coattails.
Cisse wins the header, but it's dropped cunningly. Mosta. Armstrong. On it goes to Hunt. Just too far ahead of Kitson. Cucci. Klein. Dance. Armstrong comes out with the ball and sets it up for Doyle. We've got a bit of space down the left-hand side with Hunt. Disappointing from a quality player.
But the problem was there was only Kitson in the box. Doyle had stopped the move, played it wide to Hunt, and nobody was in there. You see here, he does really well. Spots Hunt. Now, one touch, puts it in there, only Kitson in there. And this is what we're talking about, that system, when Kitson gets a little bit isolated.
Looking over at the benches, it looks as though we are about to see another attacking player come on for Reading, because Shane Long is getting ready.
I think we'll see a change in system now by the look of it, won't we?
Lawrence clears. Still on a knife edge this game. Armstrong. Give Steve Coppell the opportunity to make the change. Shane Long, the Republic of Ireland international, who has been their most used substitute this season, replaces Marek Matejowski. So how do you expect this to alter their system then?
Well, I think they've got to go 4-4-2. Straight away, see 2 up front. There's help for Kitson. Doyle still play on the right hand side.
PK leaves it to Hanneman. Doyle. Rosinha. It's Kitson. And he's gone for that far corner again and was mighty close to finding it.
Knew exactly what he wanted to do, didn't he? As soon as he received that ball, and straight away. I know he's only just come on and there's a 2 up front, but it allows the fullbacks to get forward a little bit further. They back off him, checks inside, knows exactly where he wants to put it, and nearly did. Senior gets forward, a lovely dummy there, allows Kitson the time just to tee himself up and just can't hit the target.
Scored the winning goal at Doncaster in midweek in only his 2nd appearance since he rejoined Reading from Stoke. Admits he made a mistake in leaving in the first place. There's Moses. Clever. Now, was he checked? He was.
Well, Rossini furious and having a little bit of sympathy on first look again there. He feels that he read what Moses was going to do. He was entitled to get there and do what he did.
Remember, Rossini has been shown a yellow card.
There's the referee's view of it. That's not a foul. For me, he just got his body in the way. He read what he was going to do. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that one either.
And potentially a very dangerous position, this. Anthony Stokes and also John Ostap shaping to take it. It is Stokes. Ooh, and it wasn't far away.
It wasn't far away, but you saw Hanneman never even went for it. He knew it was going over. It's a decent attempt, goes for power. Not got it to dip. Hanneman knows exactly where it's going. Half decent attempt, it's a good strike. The trouble, Hanneman at all.
Just the 1 goal so far in 5 games in his loan spell from Sunderland. Looks as though his finger or his thumb might have come out here. Senior going to need some strapping or some attention. Look away now if you're of a slightly nervous disposition. Have you ever had that area of dislocated finger or thumb?
Yeah, just get on with it, just click it back in.
That's when men were men, eh?
Like you said that.
Hunt brought down.
We are running repairs. He won't want to come off, will he? He can't. The sub's on.
I don't think the referee will allow him back on before they take this free kick. And he's still in a bit of pain, isn't he? Dewberry on the far post.
Well, how close was he there? Dewberry rose magnificently, didn't he? It was a hanging ball, difficult to defend. He jumps really well. It deflected, it did, off Fonte.
Still waiting for his first Reading goal, Michael Dewberry. Senior's back on as Hunt takes the kick. Cisse.
Sorry if I keep saying it, but again, near post, too precise.
Harper picks out Hunt. Still have a lot of players forward there. Doyle. And then what's wrong, has he, Nathaniel Klein?
Very accomplished, such a young age.
Difficult ball for Doyle to take.
I like to see that as well, Klein. Feels he's under pressure, takes no chances, just hoists it high into the stand and then regroups.
Hunt beaten this time, but determined to try and win it back. And he did enough to force a throw.
Never gives anything up, does he? Well, the ball's played into Kitson here. Shane Long gets involved, and there is the contact. May have looked accidental to the referee. There, just clips him. Not sure it was accidental there. I think he might have had a case there, Shane Long.
Matthew Lawrence, the guilty player, offside here.
He got a little bit lucky there, didn't he? That evidence.
The experienced player, former Millwall, played for them in the FA Cup final, in fact, when they reached it 5 years ago now it was. Well, that could have been a foul on Cucci, edge of the box. That's all the home fans were screaming for. Here's Long. About the only time I can remember Shefki Cucci not winning the ball.
Such a presence in there, isn't he? Stands his ground, he's strong, backs in, does everything you want a striker to do. Even when he doesn't win it, he's putting pressure on. There we go.
Somebody win it. That's. It's Hill. Stokes allowed to turn. Moses, brilliant. Oh, it's got to be a penalty, hasn't it? Or is he saying it was on the edge of the box? He is.
Well, he's gone. It was a foul. I'm not so sure it was outside the box, though. And that's what the Palace players are saying.
Well, Rosinha is dismissed for the second yellow card. But I'm sure Crystal Palace would far rather have seen Mr. Derso pointing to the spot here. Let's have a look.
Terrific ability again. Oh, that is so close. Is that exactly on the line? Was it just inside? There, he gets a touch. Oh dear, he's in the air, isn't he? There, gets the touch. And I would say that's just outside. Looks like he's got that one right.
Well, look at that.
Looked on first show, and it was so close either way there.
Just to save the referee's embarrassment, he's brought it back 6 inches.
Terrific ability again by Moses. No complaints about the foul.
Foster lining up the free kick. Could there be further punishment in store here for Reading? No.
That's poor. That's poor. Takes the pressure right off.
They are now down to 10 men. Liam Rosinha dismissed for the second time this season. He was also sent off against Swansea in January.
You can have no qualms about it. The referee was spot on to send him off. Was a foul. But the question is, was it a pen? I think it was difficult to give that.
Today's attendance, 14,567.
Is Long. Well, that was all he was looking for, a corner, and that's what he's got. Dubry has already come close from an earlier set piece. He and BK getting in each other's way a little bit then.
Why didn't he hit that, BK? Why was he trying to chest it down?
Here's Cisse.
Well, was it 74th minute? I don't think Reading have had one shot on target yet.
I know it's been said many times before, but it's another example of the honesty of the English game. They're a team with virtually nothing to play for. In Crystal Palace's case, have given their absolute best here against a team bidding for promotion.
Well, it's a Neil Warnock side, isn't it? That's what you expect. The commitment has been absolutely superb from there, personified by that challenge. They're not thinking of lying on the beach yet, are they?
I think he goes to the farm rather than the beach these days, doesn't he?
That's what he tells you. He has a farm in the Seychelles, though.
Well, his holidays and how much he enjoys them will be influenced by the next few games. Can Reading get back into the Premier League?
Well, reading in the programme, his thoughts, I think it would be a disaster if they don't get back in the Premiership. He was saying.
Bill's given it away to Doyle. Punt edge of the box. Not sure what he was trying then.
He waited too long. He had a chance just before to put it in. Well, we've been a couple of contentious decisions. First half, we think he got them wrong in that case, but on this one, I think he gets this right. On the line there, just gets away with it. Here's a red card. There's a second yellow. He's off. That's right. And I think he got the fact that it wasn't a penalty right as well.
Yeah, I think we have been rightly critical of those two incidents in the first half, but fair play to Mr. Derso. He got that one right.
Hey, and that was a difficult one as well.
There's Dance. Given away again. Master will pump it straight back in. Hanneman's clear punch out. Gary along the ground. Moses shoots. Deflected away by Hunt. And Hanneman was scrambling backwards. Relieved to see that one go over from Shefki Kuchi.
When you see him attack it like that, you do worry, don't you? Hanneman delighted it's gone over. They give it away cheaply, Reading. That's a decent ball. For the first time, they make them defend by putting the ball in the right area. There, Kuchi attacks it on the full. Just can't get off the ground and direct it downwards. You see when it bounces up, just struggles to get any sort of forward motion.
Here he is again, Kuchi. That's a good ball for Oster. Stokes in the middle. Oh, he bypassed him.
Well, they've got 11 against 10 out there, and they've only got one man in the box. They've got to get more people in the box. See the break here. Look, Stokes is the only one who's there. Look, where everybody else is, Kuchi's outside the box. You've got a man advantage. Gamble in there. Well, it's not even a gamble, to be fair.
Cleared by Hill. Foul by Cisse.
There's a little bit in the walls, Dan's, isn't he? It's a couple he's had like that. One first half, one second half.
He's looking pretty calm at the moment.
He should be delighted with the way his team have played.
Launched in towards Hill. Cleared by BK. Defending by Lawrence. Hill. Moses. He has been a threat throughout. Oh, brilliant. Well, he bamboozled the player. Was quite capable of bamboozling defenders himself there. Gary.
I thought when he'd done all that, I thought, now deliver.
Oh, Long took that beautifully in his stride.
Good defended again by Conte. Timed it well, just does enough.
Harper's free, and so is Doyle. And he didn't find either. Boiling up nicely now. Gary. Stokes. Doyle wins it back, and then he brings down his Republic of Ireland international colleague.
Doyle does well there, doesn't he? Stands his ground. Oh, there's Moses again. Look at this. Turns him inside out. Where's he gone? No, he's gone the other way now. Does everything. Then I think, well, right, deliver. Slightly behind. And he knows how close that was. He's clearly a big talent, isn't he? When he gets that ball and he's allowed to run at his fullback.
Just 18, remember. PK's free kick angled, but straight onto the head of Conte. Here's Ostap. And the former Reading man's got a lot of space ahead of him here. Hands is in the centre, edge of the box, and unmarked at the moment. Here he is!
Well, he's leaning backward when it comes to him, and it's a decent break, and he's trying to lift his players. Not overly disappointed with that. It's a really good break by Ostap. Lays it off at the right time. Just pull it back for him. It's just slightly behind him. Just can't get his leg wrapped round it to get it on target.
Change on the way for Crystal Palace. All I feel. Staying on. And yeah, it is Stokes who's going off. He looked a bit confused at first. Meanwhile, Stephen Hunt has a change of footwork. 10 minutes to go.
Reading might just sit back now and say, right, let's try and get a point out of this. Not his limitation, but it's long, and Doyle's staying up there. Kitson's dropped back into midfield to help out.
Derry. Klein. And on to Hill. Rifle shows for the ball, but it was a bit too far in front of him. Important game Monday night, live on Sky Sports 1 and in high definition. The League Two leaders Brentford away to Dagenham and Redbridge. Our coverage begins at 7:30. Ostap. Klein willingly sprints forward onto that. Well done. Again. Here's Derry. And Moses, both far post.
Well, Klein did really well in that move going forward again, and Oster came out the box when he should have turned and been more positive. And there's the ball at the far post. It's a difficult one because he can't get there on the full. Just eludes him, and there, head in hands again. He's enjoying himself though. You can see a lot of plus points out there from his team today.
And I must say I've enjoyed it for a 0-0. It's been an entertaining game with plenty of talking points.
83rd minute, and still Speroni to make a save.
Moses. Hands one up for Hashefki Kuchi.
Just trying to roll in there, didn't he? Kuchi nearly did it.
Armstrong will switch to right back now since Rossinia's dismissal. Moses. Oh, well played again. He goes past people with such apparent ease, but not on this occasion. Armstrong.
Maria just haven't they now? Reading Hunt playing left back now. Say Kitson's dropped back into midfield to help. Played there before, so it won't be a problem. We just saw Moses turn him inside out.
Hill's throw. Offside, offside.
Yeah, it looked offside, didn't it, as soon as it was played. Well, there's Moses. There's the ball played, and he isn't offside. Dewberry looks to be playing him on. It wasn't Hunt, Dewberry in the centre. The assistant just looked at Hunt and not at Dewberry there. Certainly looked offside. Normal time when it was played in. Clearly it wasn't.
Lawrence safely back to a rather underworked Speroni in the second half. Kitson. Well, I guess in the circumstances, with only 10 men, Steve Coppell will be happy to settle for a point, especially bearing in mind how hard Palace have pushed them in this game.
Just annoy him a little bit, I think, though. Seeing the results today, yes, Wolves won, but Birmingham dropped a couple, and it just gives Cardiff or Sheffield United in the game tomorrow another chance just to close a little, put a bit more pressure on.
Burnley going well as well. Really fascinating end to the Championship season in prospect. He won't be enjoying it, though. Only when you're about 20 points clear with 3 games to go can you really enjoy it. Here's Moses. He sucked the ball in again. And it was so close to producing a goal. Klein keeps it in play. Cucci calling for the high ball near the penalty spot. Quite the cross he was looking for, though.
Dewberry dealt with that one well, didn't he? Awkward.
Hill. Reading backing off. And they don't want to see this guy in possession. He's done it again. But I think that was a dive.
You've got to book him there.
That wasn't. What was that? Couple of full-blooded challenges then.
Well, why hasn't he booked him there? That's a blatant dive. He's got his tongue in his cheek and he knows he's lucky. No contact. Book him. You can't not let him get away with that.
Talk about, I think the official word is simulation these days. But players don't help themselves doing things like that. Here's Cucci. He was brave there, Cisse, putting his head down. Doyle. Excellent. Hunt. Long near post. The cross never reached him. And off go Palace again. And Cucci's available here. Well, now that could be an interesting call for the referee as well. Doyle knows he's in trouble.
He knew exactly what he was doing there. He knew Klein had got the better of him with his pace. Clipped his ankles just to alleviate the danger. Look at the pace. 17. He's going past everybody there. And he knew it. Doyle had to do it in his mind.
Another yellow card for Reading. Another free kick to face. Less than 3 minutes to go. Fonte heads it on towards Cucci. Now, was he being pulled back? The flag's gone up second time for offside.
I don't think he was being pulled. Again, D'Urso had a good view of this. He was just trying to do what strikers do. He's backing in. He's got his arm round him there, but I think the referee deemed it as he is backing into him. It just goes down a little bit too easy for me.
John Oster has just been replaced, having regained his place in the side. Rui Fonte is the 18-year-old younger brother of the centre-back Jose Fonte. The younger one is on loan here from Arsenal. Lawrence's clearance. Now that's not what Palace wanted at this stage. Eiffel conceding a free kick. Around about 90 seconds plus stoppages.
Well, they've shown a resilience since going down to 10, haven't they? Experience is shining through. They've got a lot out there. And when you're down to 10 men, you need it.
Hunt delivers. Dewberry heads on.
What? They're throwing more men forward than Palace have been against 10 men. That's one thing that's let them down a little bit since Reading went down to 10. Not enough men in the box.
Long did well to keep that in play.
Welcome to the game, Mr. Speroni.
And safely back. But it's surprising, perhaps, that Neil Warnock actually has a pretty poor record against Steve Coppell in their meetings as managers, though 5 of those games were drawn. There's another draw on the way now.
Well, it's been an incident-packed 0-0, if it stays this way.
Long, given away to Klein. Louis Fonte loses possession, first time he's had it. 3 minutes of stoppage time we'll have. Lawrence did the right thing then, he couldn't take any chances.
Well, that is excellent defending, experienced again, saw the danger, didn't expect his teammate to miss that, he did.
And Klein has just been given the match award by the sponsors here.
Not surprised.
You too much with that, would you?
No. Him and Moses have been shining lights.
The 2 outstanding teenagers have been Palace's best players.
We give the back four credit to protect Speroni and not allow a shot on target. The whole of the match so far has been pretty good.
Long. And that's a corner.
Well, there's a sting in the tail. Here comes Dubry. Here comes Beaky. I'm surprised Cissé's not in there.
Harper to take it. Dubry wins the header, but no power at all.
There's nobody in front of the goalkeeper, was there?
Armstrong stood his ground. Cucci. Hill. He's saying there's nothing much on. It's a good ball in, just behind Fonte, had to stretch to get it. Derry hits one. Straight against Harper. And that was a kind bounce for Doyle.
I'd be interested if Fonte had a turn there in the box.
Well to keep possession here, surrounded by white shirts, Doyle. He's inevitably running into a dead end though, wasn't it?
Klein was at the end there to stop him.
Klein works it down the touchline. They've got Cucci in the box at the moment. And now others joining in, but it has come to nothing and it's a goal kick. Michael just run out of space.
It's when you want a delivery in the box. Didn't quite come, did it? I don't know how he's feeling about this result. It stays at 0-0 now, which it looks like he's going to do. Down to 10 men. If it does stay like this, their away form continues to be decent if they can get the home form right.
Free kick given here.
Certain results, isn't it? They lost to Nottingham Forest a few weeks ago at home. Nobody expected that to happen.
Well, this will be it, the final opportunity of the game. And there is the final whistle. Reading remain 4 points behind Birmingham, third in the Championship table. But in view of the fact that they had to play for much of the second half with only 10 men, I'm sure Steve Coppell will be satisfied with that result. A lot of big decisions for referee Andy D'Urso. It has ended here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Reading 0.
Two hugely experienced men there, both now got 1,000 games or more under their belts, and honours even at the end here today. As Alan was saying, Wolves now on 77. They won today. Birmingham drew, they're on 72. Then it's Reading 4 behind with that one game in hand. And looking over their shoulders come Burnley, who won again today, and also Sheffield United and Cardiff, both in action tomorrow. Crystal Palace back into the top half with that point. Monday night, we go into League 2. Dagenham and Redbridge up against the leaders Brentford. That's 7:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Tomorrow's live football looks like this. Wigan Hull kicks things off in the Premier League from 1 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 and HD1. And what a game this is now for Liverpool. At home to Aston Villa, 3:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. The former Crystal Palace and Reading winner John Solarco will give us his thoughts on that 90 minutes when we come back. Point to peace in the end. Reading came here thinking really they had to win, but with 10 men, they have been held.
Saturday Night Football.
Well, Steve Coppell was back at his beloved Selhurst Park, but ultimately hasn't left too happy. Let's get his thoughts with Greg Whelan.
Steve, is that a valuable point with 10 men or 2 dropped, in your view?
Well, it's a valuable point. Coming here, it's a difficult place to come to at the best of times. I thought we did okay, but obviously disrupted the second half, losing a man. It's never easy, but this year we've picked up some real valuable points with 10 men.
Any complaints about the sending off in the end?
Well, at pitch level, you can't see it very well. I'm not sort of hiding from it, but you know, I couldn't get a real good opinion of it. Their winger did well. You know, he was a handful all night, so you know, I'll wait to see it later.
On the subject of decisions, did you feel that you should have had a penalty in the first half when Dave Kitson went down?
I did, to be honest. I thought he had a nice touch at the near post. I thought his legs were taken from him, and you know, it was a good opportunity. So I did feel we should have got something, but it evens itself out. You know, Neil's complaining about something at the end of the game. You know, he was going on about some penalty claim. It's what the Championship is all about. You know, it's real blood and thunder every week, and you have to accept it sometimes.
Looking at the match overall, Julian Speroni in the Palace goal didn't really have a save to make. Is that a concern?
We got a point. You know, it's not ideal. Obviously, we would like to have been more of a factor in the game, but at the end of a very, very difficult 90-odd minutes, we've got a point, and we've picked up valuable points away from home, and you know, that's a good sign coming into the closing games of the season.
A good point then in the circumstances. Do you see it going right to the wire?
Yeah, we got a break now. It's been a real congested period, a lot of tired legs amongst all the teams in the Championship. I think it's been 6 or 7 games in 20-odd days. So it's been a hard time, and now the ones who are not away on international duty can have a little bit of a breather, and then we set ourselves for the remaining 6 games, 7 games of the season. It's all to play for. It's still all to be won.
Steve, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Indeed, Reading are now unbeaten in 5 away from home. John Solarco, former player for Reading and Crystal Palace. Reading have scored 65 goals this season. Do you think they'll be disappointed to leave here without having a single effort on target?
They will be. It was a disappointing night for them, and they really didn't threaten. I said that at half-time, you know, Kitson playing up on his own. They didn't have a threat into the channels. They didn't sustain pressure. The fullbacks didn't really get forward. I think they lost Kebe early on. That was a disappointment for them. Straight at half-time, they lost Gunnarsson. And it just became a really long night for him. I think when Long came on, he gave him an option to go down the line with the pace. But all credit to Palace. This is the Championship, nothing to play for. They were magnificent tonight. You know, they played really well and they dominated the game. Moses was a joy to watch. And little Nathaniel Kleiner at right back, awesome. You know, they played really well tonight, and Palace probably deserved to win.
Yes, a real hope for the future, at least for Crystal Palace. As far as Reading go, they've got a guy in Kevin Doyle who scored 16 goals this season. Is his best position wide right, do you think, at this stage of the season?
Well, I felt Stevie Coppell played into Palace's hands today by coming here and playing that one up front and trying to play that 4-3-3 that ended up as a 4-5-1. I thought if they'd have gone and been braver and really gone at them with a 4-4-2, I thought Kevin got isolated on the right, and really they didn't have enough threat. Kitson didn't have an option. If he flicked it on, he likes to come in the hole and hold it up and link up back and through. But, you know, they beat Birmingham 3-1, I think, live on Sky cameras just around Christmas time. And since then, Reading haven't really got things together. They've sort of stuttered, and so have Birmingham. So with Birmingham on the last day of the season, I can see this going right to the wire.
2 wins out of 10, in fact, for Reading now. It all comes down to the smallest of margins, doesn't it, John? And the big decisions, which I guess you just hope at this stage that go your way. Yeah, and I think, well, apart from the Kitson decision, I thought this was the one, really, that if this goes their way, it's a clear penalty. Jose Fonte mistimes that tackle. Kitson does really well. He gets that long leg on it. He turns it around the corner. He brings him down. You know, and that's the little bit of luck you need, maybe, just for this run-in. They didn't get it. But and then this one as well, which we should point out again, Stephen Hunt and Clint Hill in this same incident at the top of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think Andy D'Urso's watching this incident, but maybe the assistant referee, the other side, should maybe look at that. He gets a pretty good view, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm sure he can see that, and he barges him over, but wasn't meant to happen. But we get to see the Rossini incident. Yeah, they've had a couple of players that they've lost through injury, of course, and then when you lose a player sent off, I suppose at that point you think you're happy for a point. Yeah, well, I thought Moses was a thorn in their side all night. I thought they let Shefty Kuchi bring far too many balls down. I mean, that's the first one. He goes in there. It's Moses, just turns him. He tries to win it. I think he can stay on his feet. But once you've had a booking, I mean, this is great skill. Look, he just turns inside BK. Rossini tries to get back to him. I think it's actually a brilliant decision by Andy D'Urso. It's right on the line, but I would like to see the benefit given to the attacker there. Look, he's in the air, he's on the box, but I think what gives it away, Rossini's legs are right on the line. And if you're on the line, then it's out of the box. Second yellow card, he's off. And Palace couldn't find the winner after that. That line belongs to the defending team. So it's inside, then it is a penalty. It doesn't quite go their way on this occasion. So the 7 that Reading have got left, they've got more away games than they have at home. Coventry next, then Sheffield United, Blackpool, Barnsley, Derby, Norwich, and that one that just stands out, doesn't it? It gets more tantalising as the games go on. Well, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking only Coventry possibly haven't got anything to play for. You know, maybe Derby. So there's a lot of big games here, a lot of winnable games. But they're not playing well at the moment. They look tired. I think the biggest thing tonight is that we're going to international break. They're going to have a little bit of a time to recuperate and really get the freshness back in their legs and really go for the push. Let's just remind you as well how they stand. I guess you would say they've missed the chance to get closer to Birmingham. They'll be happier with how it's gone here this evening, won't they? But Birmingham will be absolutely delighted. Obviously, that draw at home to Norwich, they would have been fearing the worst. If Reading win here, Palace nothing to play for. But are Wolves almost there? I think Wolves are there. They're flying. You know, they're going great guns. Another brilliant win. I think you just look at it now. And you've got Sheffield United and Cardiff playing tomorrow. So, you know, they've got a chance really to close the gap and put them under pressure. Quick word on Palace, your former team as well. Neil Warnock has said in the build-up to this game that it'll need drastic changes in the summer. Does it take as much as that from what you've seen here this evening? I think so. I think they've lost a lot of quality here, a lot of quality players, and he's really got to try and freshen it up. The one thing he's got now, he's got an opportunity to play a lot of the youngsters, give them a game, and he can start building now for next season. Good to see you, John. Thanks very much for your time this evening. Pleasure. Well, what a super football first we've got for you tonight. Game of the day, Fulham Manchester United, 2 sent off. Couple of goals there as well. I won't tell you who they're for. 8:25, Sky Sports 1. And then take your pick at 10:15. Supercuts of Tottenham Chelsea, Blackburn West Ham, Stoke Middlesbrough, West Brom Bolton, Portsmouth Everton, and that Fulham Man U game as well. Women's cricket, the final World Cup final is 11 o'clock, and there's Masters tennis as well, 8 on Sky Sports 3. Thanks for watching. Good night.